edge of a parking lot, trying to find the strength to go away, so I can unburden my aching heart and my shift can begin. Feel the late set on Thursday night, playing songs that all sound the same. Strum guitar for the dim lights and hound dogs. It gets funny the minutes pronounce my name. Sip of whiskey is on my table, keeps my voice low, my head high, next to a tip jar label, promises a love song for a five. Hasn't always been strip mall pubs in a town no one knows. Took a chance on a life I could love, but I saw how far dreams could go. Laid my hand down in New Orleans, they kicked my ass to LA. Made my last stand in Kansas City, but they sent me crawling back to where I came. Thought I was made for the gamble, that I was ready for the game. It was more than I could handle, oh, besides most clubs are the same anyway. So I settled for good enough till it gets me through today. Tomorrow I know they'll be sure to come. Friday nights are coming on my way. Oh, I try to stay mindful of the time I got left as I watch the bar start to close down. I got one more song to go in my set, and I hope that my soul will be found. Soon I'll be dining on city lights beneath marquees with my name. For now I'm counting my money on the bar, eating cold chicken and the green fluorescent chickens. But I'm more than a bar tab and a guitar on a stool, bigger than this untethered heart, singing about dreams like a fool. But I'm more than a bar tab and a guitar on a stool, bigger than this untethered heart, singing about his dreams like a fool. Well, I left my heart on Main Street last night, and I tipped my hat to the taxi's braking lights, and I thought about this old friend of mine as I made my way the commuter line. You tell me heaven can't wait for another day. Don't settle this town, there'll be hell to pay. So I hop aboard, get my ticket stamped twice, cause I can't afford the fare to paradise. Oh, now there you go, sitting there watching me leave again. Here I go, pretending that I'm never coming back. Maybe this time I think I'm gonna buy me a one-way ride instead. But you know too darn well that I can't. Oh, I'm stuck behind the yellow line. I'm looking for my departure time and staring down for the remains of the track. This train is packed with lost identities, faces strong like Rockwell memory. Going out to find the life they can build, and then right back home with our pockets half filled. I've been around this old town for way too long. There used to be a borderline and now it's gone. Wish I could leave these broken smokestacks where they lay and turn their shattered bricks to golden road on my way. Oh, and now there you go, sitting there watching me leave again. Here I go, pretending that I'm never coming back. Maybe this time I think they're gonna buy me a one-way ride instead. But you know all too well that I can't. Oh, I'm stuck behind the yellow line. I'm looking for my departure time and staring down what remains of the track. Sitting there watching me leave again. Here I go, pretending that I'm never coming back. Maybe this time I think they're gonna buy me a one-way ride instead. But you know too damn well that I can't. Oh, I'm stuck behind the yellow line. I'm looking for my departure time and staring down what remains of the track. Go. There I go. There you go. Staring down the track. Thank you very much. Like Barry said, my name is Ben Shaw. Thank you very much for having me here today. Music for Humanity is just such a beautiful force in this world for music and for bringing music to people and just making sure that people have access to it that may not otherwise have it. And so it is a true pleasure and honor to be here and play for you all. So thank you very much for having me. That first song was about gigs that are not as good as this. You know, it's about late nights playing in bars, which I've done many times to people. You know, doing the kind of like 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. shift where no one's listening and everyone would rather just hear you play Brown Eyed Girl or just listen to the DJ play or whatever, you know, and it's just, you know, I've had that experience many times, and so I just, there's a romance about it though, so I decided to write that. And then this last one was a song called The Yellow Line that was just about, I used to take the commuter rail up to Boston. I live in Rhode Island, as Barry said, and I live right near Providence, so every once in a while I had these these music lessons up in Boston that I would go to, so I'd take the commuter rail. You have a lot of time when you're just standing there waiting for the train, so I wrote that song. This next one's called Hurricane, and this one's just about consequences. It's coming down, yeah. And the water gets higher, it's gonna bring us to the ground. But no one will believe it, 'cause they cover their eyes, saying it's impossible for rivers to rise. Act like they don't see it rushing over the side. They're hoping their misfortune is gonna shift away from the tide. very much. I wouldn't consider myself a real ripping guitarist, so there's a section in there when I have a band usually with me where you get the guitar player, he really takes over. So I should have told you ahead of time so you could just imagine. Oh man, there's something really cool like slide or whatever, you know what's happening. Maybe a tuba. I don't know if you're into that. Maybe it's a really cool tuba player playing this thing, but no, it's yeah. Usually I get to have a band with me on a lot of these gigs. You know, saxophone was my first instrument, so I obviously, it's pretty hard to sing and play saxophone at the same time. So what I do is I get a bunch of my buddies, they play behind me, and then I do the awkward, like, okay, give me 1 sec. I put the guitar down, I pick up the saxophone, and I come back over, I play a few notes, and then I go back, but it's a little harder to do that when, you know, I have to stop in the middle of strumming, put this guitar down, pick up a saxophone, play to, you know, relative silence, and then go back to the guitar. So I just want you in your mind's eye, whenever I stop playing and I'm just strumming chords, it just think like, man, there's a great saxophone solo going on. just imagine that. Do that for me. This next song I wrote, my wife told me, please, you know, I usually have a tendency to talk about songs and over-explain songs. We were talking about that earlier, Barry, just over-explaining things. So I'm not going to over-explain this one. Just to say that I wrote this for one of my favorite songwriters. This one's for John Prine. So this is a song I wrote called Madeline. I was a beauty queen at 17, planning life by quizzes in magazines. Now I hand out receipts for gasoline, the filling station off of exit 3, selling cigarettes and coffee rolls, faded maps that show only local roads. Behind the glass in my booth all alone, I see that young girl reflected in an old woman's clothes. Oh well, how can I tell Madeline that I think it's time she moved on? The better life that she had in mind for us, well, that fairy tale's all gone. But I still put on the dress, try to impress the girl in the mirror who knew she's worth more than this. Tell her it still fits, and if I wanted, I could quit this job and give her the world that she thought would exist. Well, midnight comes as the cars all go. The only people around are on the radio. I try not to think of all the cash in the drawer, 'cause I ain't looking for that kind of trouble anymore. Oh well, how can I tell Madeline that I think it's time she moved on, yeah. It's not gonna turn out the way that you like, but it's good enough to carry you along. But I still dress, try to impress. The girl in the mirror knew she's worth more than this. Tell her it still fits, and if I wanted, I could quit this job and give her the world that she thought would exist. But someday I'll wear it to work, and I'll put on my crown, and I'll twirl in the booth while I make change, and do my routines for people heading through town. Then I'll blow them a kiss as they're pulling away. But I still put on the dress, try to impress. The girl in the mirror knew she's worth more than this. And tell her it still fits, and if I wanted, I could quit this job and give her the world that she thought would exist. Thank you very much. So that one's called Madeline. That was a couple years ago. We put out an album, a full-length album. Me and a bunch of buddies got together in the studio and we put together 9 songs. And it's I have it on CD if you're interested in that. And because I love writing stories and because it was the pandemic and I had nothing else better to do, I took those 9 songs and I kind of finagled them into like a concept album, and I ended up writing a novella that kind of accompanies the album. So if that's something you're interested in, I've got CDs, I've got little novellas, t-shirts, all that stuff. So at the end, if you want to come up and just take a look at that, you know, they make really great, you got a table that's a little wobbly, they do a really good job. Nice wedge, you get a couple of them real thin, you know, they're very thin, so you get a couple CDs, you just shove it right under there. It's great. I'm gonna tune real quick, but this next one is a song that I put out recently. It's available on all your online retailers and all that. It's a single I wrote. This one's called Highway Miles. I hope you enjoy. Used to hold on tighter when we'd ride down the highway chasing sky, but your hands are loose now around my waist. I ask you, if the engine wasn't running, would you walk away? Tell me, if the engine wasn't running, would you walk away? 'Cause it's hard to take back words, they've been spoken. It's like trying to hide that look upon her face. Forgiveness is that all-elusive token, one that you may earn but can't replace. You said I won't be lonely if I don't change, so I cut myself to pieces for you to rearrange. Let you lay them how you like, oh, but you say that isn't it. 'Cause no matter what I do, these will never fit. No, no, no matter what I do, we will never fit. 'Cause it's hard to hold your hand, it's been broken by punching every door slammed in your face. It leaves a portrait of the beast that has awoken, in a jagged line not too hard to trace. Wish that I could see the speed that we were going, or told our battered hearts to slow their pace. I guess that I'll be fine, never knowing how all those miles led us to this place. How all those miles have led us to this place. I'm going to play a song that is fairly new. I've been working on recording it for a while, and just trying to get used to it. You know, you have new songs, you just want to play them out so you get your fingers around them, and we're going to see how this one goes. This one's called Wind Me Up. I was in trouble, I pulled the last thread, trying to tie down these wild thoughts in my head. But when I unravel to a heap on the floor, you know I'll be fine as long as I can roll myself back to your door. 'Cause you wind me up in your love. Being tangled up with you is all I'm thinking of. 'Cause 1,000 years tied together would never be enough to wind me up in your love. Said I'll be the needle if you be the string. 'Cause when we're together, baby, yeah, oh, we can fix anything. And if ever your dreams come apart at the seams, honey, I swear I'll always be there to give you whatever you need. 'Cause you wind me up in your love. Being tangled up with you is all I'm thinking of. 'Cause 1,000 years tied together would never be enough to wind me up. Oh, in your love. Being tangled up with you, no, is all I'm thinking of. 'Cause 1,000 years tied together would never be enough to wind me up. Wind me up in your love. Time for a few more. So you guys have been very nice just sitting here quietly listening to me sing and everything. So if you don't mind, I would like to invite you guys to sing with me on at the end of this tune. You know, get everybody kind of working together a little bit. You know, a little group musical therapy or whatever, you know, we got going on here. So it's really easy, and actually where you are right now is going to prepare you very well for the lyrics of this. All it is just the song's called "Meet Me at the Table." I wrote this for my wife when I was thinking about the song and I was just working on it, and I noticed that whenever I have a problem or whenever she has a problem, we always find our way back to like our dining room table. And you just have a hard day at work or whatever, or just something's really bugging you. I always find that, you know, we'll go to, like I said, our dining room table, or we'll find our way to an IHOP or something. And we'll just be sitting across from each other, just kind of stewing in our own stuff. And, you know, once you look at each other and you just kind of let it flow, and just the comfort of two people being together for that long, and just, and that relationship just lets you kind of unload. And so I wrote this song for her. So it's Meet Me at the Table. The very easy part that you guys have to do at the end is just, meet me at the table. Easy. Meet me at the table. Meet me at the table. Meet me at the table. See, there we go. Very easy. Very nice. There's going to be a while, so you have time. If you need to prepare, if you need to sit there, you know, doing, if you need to really warm those vocal cords up, okay? Because I am recording this, and if it sounds like crap, then it's getting deleted immediately. So this is on you. If this song is really bad, this is on you guys. So, but this is a beautiful, beautiful audience with beautiful voices. I can already tell. Alarm kicks on the radio. I'm picking out words to a song I know. Sunlight through an open door, shining on scars that weren't there before. I fell asleep in dirty clothes, muddy shoes, battered bones. My body aches from heavy loads, and I'm on my way down by a laden soul. The kettle will be ready soon, singing out its lonesome tune. That morning tea that speaks to you, that warms you in ways that my words can't do. You're staring at your empty shoes, waiting until you have to move. You're trying hard not to move, and taking sips like you got nothing to prove. Yeah. So if I feel uneasy, does it show? If you're on the mend, baby, won't I know to take a seat and linger on this note? Tell me about it. 'Cause when I leave my bed, they clear my head. You make me feel able. When you're weak, come to speak and meet me at the table. Meet me at the table. There we go. Meet me at the table. Come on, meet me at the table. table. Meet me at the 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 table. There we go. Look at that noble popular listeners. Oh my God. See, I move away from the mic because you guys sound too good. I can't be heard. I want to hear you all. Thank you very much for doing that for me. You know, sometimes, honestly, truthfully, that's the first time I've ever asked anybody to sing at the end like that. And I was like, well, you guys all seem very receptive to that. So I really appreciate it because I was in my car going like, looking at the set list and it says, group singing or whatever at the end. It's like, man, I don't know about that. Maybe they won't like it, but so thank you very much for doing that. Thank you.
We expect a check.
It's in the mail. Don't.
Anything.
Royalties.
The sun's not up before he's leaving in the morning. She's coming home while he's headed out the door. He eats her dinner over the kitchen sink, staring out the window, thinking, I wish he could have stayed a minute more. He counts the white lines as they flash by in his headlights. Wonders how her shift was at the store. She works a third and then he's on the first, placing bets on whose hours are worse. It's about the only thrill they can afford. 'Cause all the time that they've been taking on, money they've been bringing home is breaking them both down, but it's okay. Knowing that they're both still there makes them feel like they're two millionaires just building up those lonely nights to live for better days. To live for better days. It's hard to be whole, your pockets are always empty. Paying what you owe is more ever than it's when. And how can they stand when life keeps knocking out their feet? Hand in hand, get back up again. Comes back home with the last few rays of daylight. Kicks off his shoes, they lie down on the floor. The ceiling fan spins around their head. She needs to go to work while he's off to bed. They linger in each other's arms for just a minute more. 'Cause all the time we've been taking on, money they've been bringing home is breaking them both down, but it's okay. 'Cause knowing that they're both still there makes them feel like they're two millionaires just building up those lonely nights to live for better days. To live for better days. Building up those lonely nights to live for better days. Thank you very much. We got time for a couple more. Two more? There we go, two more. You guys want to hear a sad song again, a nice sad slow song, or do you want to kind of get like a little rocker going? What do you? Oh, rock. Okay, so the slow song. Okay, so that goes. Can we give a big hand for Jim for making me sound good? Because I feel like I can hear myself so clearly, and it just there's a lot of times when you're playing these gigs where it's the eye roll, right? Just oh my god, where you just can't hear anything, and you're trying to play out to a room, and you're trying to really play, and all of a sudden you blow out your voice because you're trying to compete with everything else. And Jim is doing a fantastic job of making the room sound great and making it easy to play. So.
Nice job, Bonnie.
Travesty, barely breathing, choking on the afternoon wind. Might know what you suffer through. With the engine running, pedal jumping, pointed towards the river view. What do you plan to do? You knew that your heart was gonna break. Why is it taking it so long? All I'm asking is for another day, another chance to make it better. You needed pills to even out the spiraling world that toss about in churning water calling you. But they cut you off for right or wrong, for a bill that wouldn't pay too long. Well, who's that $20 worth it to now? 'Cause they knew that your heart was gonna break. Surprised it didn't taking it so long. All I'm asking is for another day, another chance to make it better. Touch your face and tell you you'll be okay. Cause yeah, we knew that your heart was gonna break. Surprised it didn't taking it so long. All I'm asking is for another day, another chance to make it better. 'Cause we knew that your heart was gonna break. Surprised it didn't taking it so long. And all I'm asking is for another day, another chance to make it better. I got one more song for you, and then I'm going to get out of here. We're going to get JoJo up here, and I'm just really so psyched to hear this whole set. I mean, Barry's been telling us all that this is going to be a hell of a show. So thank you very much for putting me. Just keep raising those expectations higher and higher and higher. No.
Thanks a lot.
No, but I am sincerely very, very psyched to listen and to just be able to kind of sit back and just sip my coffee and enjoy your set, man. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna play one more song.
You might want alcohol.
I got a little something in the car. I'll bring it in just.
I already broke into it.
Well, like I said at the beginning of my set, my name is Ben Shaw. I am so thankful to be here. I am from Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Originally, I live in Warwick, Rhode Island. So Warwick to Warwick, I guess. You know, I am super honored to be a part of this series, and I am very grateful to have you all sit here and listen. Thank you very much for giving me the space, Barry. Thank you to Noble Coffee Roasters for having us. This song is called Tomorrow. It's off of my album Madeline. If you like it, please come up, say hi. You know, I'll show it to you, or just go online, stream it, do whatever you want to do. It's okay. I own all the I don't have a label or anything, so any little bit of streaming money that you do, that you do get, it all goes to me. So I don't mind if you do that. But more than anything, I would love if you would just come say hello. You know, I got nobody else here from Rhode Island. Anyone else from Rhode Island? No? Okay. No, but well, there you know. Sax, you know, it's tough. You know, Rhode Island's a very small state, so you know you tend to know everybody in Rhode Island. So there you go. The McGinleys? Okay, the one family that I do not know. This last song is called Tomorrow. Thank you very much for having me. Have a great rest of your evening, and just be hanging around. Broken glass upon the bottom floor, falling from your shaking hands. You hold a finger up to order more, bartender waves off your demand. And people talking like they know it all. They see trouble in your eyes, but you shrug it off and take your coat from on the wall. Leave them with fairy tales and lies. But you promise that tomorrow you'll tell them what you need to say. Every breath of joy or sorrow, you just don't have the words today. But you can't have the scar without the pain. Can't reap the flowers without feeling the rain. You want to sing the blues but won't let the music play. Oh, you can't take a part away and hope the rest will stay. You search the alley for used cigarettes, hoping that a few will light. And you fill your lungs as you're trying to forget, spitting rock salt at the night. Looking down at all your tattoos as they fade, faint memories of lovers scorned. All the roses that surround their names will drop the petals but leave the thorns. But you promise that tomorrow give back what you threw away. Whether beg or steal or borrow, just need a goddamn break today. But you can't have the scar without the pain. Can't reap the flowers without feeling the rain. Sing the blues but won't let the music play. Oh, you can't take a part away and hope the rest will stay. much, everybody. Have a great night.